So the behavior ecosystem, as clearly, as cleanly as it possibly can, shows you there are only four elements involved in your behavior. I know that sounds absurd. You could go find 100 factors, but none are elemental. Elemental, first principles. So here they are. Environment, which includes the body. The body can behave. Biology behaves all the time. I can have a reflex, right? I could sneeze. It's biology behaving, but behavior is separate. This is scary. Most behavioral scientists do not understand this, let alone believe it. Behavior is a noun. It's observable. Again, I could sneeze. You're like, oh, Martin just sneezed. I could cough. I could have a reflex. Somebody could punch me. I could punch him. The point is behavior is observable. It's a noun. It's separate from the person and it's owned. It's attached. I am responsible. If I punch somebody, I'm responsible. Ride my car somewhere, I'm responsible. Right now, with a jackhammer outside, and I would be not happy. That would change how I feel. It would change how I behave. I might stop the recording and go outside and talk. These are bi-directional arrows. Get it? So the environment, then it could be body. It's very simple. This is a model of behavior. We just said behavior is separate. Behavior is a noun. It's not a model of a person. You don't see hands. You don't see feet. You don't see ears. You don't see eyes. It's a model of behavior. Just like if I'm driving down the street and I take out my phone and I look at a blue dot, that's not me. That's a blue dot. So the point is, behavior is separate. We've modeled behavior. There are only four elements. How many elements are there? There are four. Environment, feelings and emotions, which are conduits, which is what we're talking about today. I don't feel like it. Well, you can see feelings and emotions are on both sides of behaviors, habits, and skills, which is the other element. So now we got three. The last one is thinking, cognition. Predominantly comes in the form of stories. Now, I'm not going to go into a full class on the behavior ecosystem, but it is good for you to understand the four elements. These are it. There's nothing outside of this when it comes to your behaviors. If you say Pluto, I say that's environment. If you say my ear, I say that's environment. If you say, well, what if I go for a run? Well, that's a behavior. What if I think I'm tired? Well, you might actually be tired. That could be environment. That's a feeling and emotion. You're tired. And it could be a story. So these are an integrated, dynamic, personal, only you can live in your behavior ecosystem. Only you, I should say, your behaviors live in your behavior ecosystem. Your experiences, your thoughts, your body. It's a behavior model. Element number one is behavior. Element number two is environment. It's a place to behave. I'm doing jumping jacks in my room. Whoa. Okay. So environment. Plus, I need a body to behave. I've never done this before. You are observing me behave, right? I need a body to do that. And I need a context, a place to do that. So that's two. Three is thinking. Now, certainly we behave all the time without thinking. I mean, that's what humans do, sadly. We behave without thinking. Not all the time. And since it's a human model of behavior, we must include cognition. Now, if you just look at marketing and advertising, I mean, we have an infinite list of examples, but stories dominate our behaviors. It's not logic. Einstein smoke. Just think about your own behaviors. It's the story. Where are you going to go park? You might think that's logic. No, you stored a story. Humans store stories to plan, predict, and explain things. I'm not saying you're not logical. Look, I love chess puzzles. There's no story there. There's pattern recognition. So we have behaviors. We have environment. It's a behavior model. We must have behaviors. We need a body to behave. I don't know. I don't know anybody behaving without a body, and I don't know anybody who's ever behaved without a place to behave. That's two. This is why it's been called impossible. This took some abstract thinking. I credit Zen cones. Zen parables and Zen cones. But it's in hindsight, it's very simple. This was dare I say, a simple puzzle that took 20 years to crack. So the goal was to create an elemental behavior model. We need behaviors. We need environment. We need a body. That's two. My body If I have a toothache, it changes how I feel. We haven't talked about that. It changes how I think. It changes how I think. This is dynamic. So cognition is required for a human behavior model, even if we behave without thinking. And then the last one, we are sentient beings. Sentient beings. So we must include emotions and feelings. That's number four. Number four. Oh, that's a very not good for. All right. So that's it. Nobody, dare I say, not any frontier AI, no leading behavioral theorist has produced a fifth element that isn't subsumed here. This is not me saying this to make me feel good. It's rather the scientific process, because when you find elemental sufficiency, that's very powerful. It turns out all life on Earth has four base strands. Four base strands. Well, it turns out behavior has four, you could call them base strands, four elements: behavior, environment, stories, and emotions. And I said I wasn't going to get into teaching this. Environment. So what we're saying is, if you feel something, I'll give you some examples. It's the delta between environment and stories. So you go to a concert. It's an environment. Your expectation, cognition, story, is it's going to be the best freaking concert ever, and you paid a fortune for it. So you have a delta between your expectation, your story, best concert ever, and reality, the experience. Concert sucked. Now I feel like I got ripped off. I feel frustrated. I feel angry. I feel disappointed. Get it? The delta between the environment and the story. Here's another example. When you wake up, you go, you go through your affirmations. It's going to be a great day. It's going to be a great day. It's going to be a great day. You get your car. Oh no, we lost light. You get your car and the tire's flat. Environment. Oh, shish kebab. Now you feel frustrated. Why? Because you had a story. It was going to be a great day, a wonderful, magical day. Well, I guess we can do this without light. So that's it. What I'm telling you, and it's very important, is emotions and feelings are signals. This is what it means to be emotionally. I'll make rid of these lines. Sorry. Some of these lines. This is what it means to be emotionally. All right, whatever. Emotionally mature. Again, the 4-year-old is just a bundle of what? Feelings and emotions. This system is lacking some cognition, intelligence, maturity. This is when we say somebody's emotionally mature. What do we say? Their behaviors are mitigated by not dictated by feelings and emotions. So feelings and emotions are very important. Again, they could save your life. They're supposed to be signals and not dictate every action. This is why when you study Stoicism, I have a few friends studying Stoicism. Say that 5 times fast. A few friends studying Stoicism. And what a Stoic would do could, as an example, could be raging mad, want to hurt somebody, and they do nothing. So feelings and emotions, raging mad, behaviors, inaction. Inaction is an observable behavior. If I do nothing and you know I'm raging mad, you would say that is inaction, that is observable, and is acting stoic. So this is what emotional maturity is. This is your behavior ecosystem. You cannot share it. Identical twins do not share it. It means your behaviors are dictated by these 4 elements, always, forever, until, regrettably, you die. You're in it right now. I'm affecting your environment. You may be thinking, story, see, bidirectional arrows. There's no set order. So I'm saying something, you think this is stupid, or you think, well, this is interesting, makes you feel a certain way. Maybe you're taking notes. This is the behavior ecosystem in action. Now, the reason it's called the unified behavior model is it has 2 components. The other came out in 2009 with the habit effect, P.A.R.R, plan, act, record, reassess. It just so happens to mirror the scientific method. We'll talk about that in a new episode. Right now, I just want you to understand, I don't feel like it. Maybe that's valuable. Maybe it's nonsense. Maybe that is your tenant mode serving up a noise complaint. It's just a reaction. So you're either designing your behaviors to support, that's why I had those lines, support your goals and ideals, or you're just in tenant mode, reacting.